The Dark History Behind the Game Awards by Burback. This is Eddie Burback and his brother, Tony Burback. Let's jump in and see what the dark history of the Game Awards is.
Last month, the Game Awards 2022 wrapped up with Elden Ring taking home the most prestigious award, Game of the Year. Honoring
Deservedly
game
so.
director Hidetaka Miyazaki and... Who is that kid?
This was the most insane
I don't know. He just
moment in internet history for a little bit.
And say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you.
What? What did he say?
All right.
What a crazy thing to say. How do you even form that sentence? You know when you try to come up with a sentence that no one's ever said before? Like, I want to rub peanut butter all over this butterfly's wings. Or, I wish celery was more spiky so that I could use it as a weapon. It sounds like he was literally just trying to make up a sentence that no one had ever said before, ever. Like, what does that even mean?
Well, the eventful evening.
So, the dust is settled in gaming for the year, and we can
He rolled with that pretty well.
forward to all the upcoming
I think the best case
2023.
scenario,
And we have to
the best
say,
thing you can
of
do is
all
just
the
move
years
on.
that the Game Awards have been around, this one felt the most legitimate.
The set at the Microsoft Theater looked great. There were major actors and musicians, along with a good amount of gaming premieres. And even
This
a
year when they
sneak
brought
peek
out
at the
Harrison
Mario
Ford, that was
The show
epic.
itself ran really smoothly for
I
the
kind of
most
wish
part,
we watched
besides
it live.
a certain actor taking just over 8 minutes for the first acceptance speech.
Christopher, you were great as Kratos, but Al Pacino has been standing right there the whole time, and his knees are about to buckle. Save him!
But
My knees
this
would
is
buckle
not
in that
the norm
situation.
For the gaming industry, it wasn't always Al Pacino and Jeff Keighley crying to Kojima 2 years in a row.
In fact, if you're new to gaming or just chose to forget, there were much darker times.
You're on the Nashville Network, where the country's looking good.
The Nashville Network first launched on March 7th of 1983.
What?
That's right, the Game Awards history starts here, Tony, so get your cowboy
1983?
boots on
There
and
weren't
shut
even
the
like
fuck
games
up.
back
Oh.
then.
Sorry, that was mean. I
Yeah,
shouldn't
it was
have
mean.
talked to you like that.
You told me to shut up.
I know, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you can't
I'm sorry.
just-
I'm sorry.
don't just
I'm
keep
sorry.
saying
This
I'm
entire
sorry.
award show would just be about
I'm sorry. I
Tetris.
said I'm sorry.
Just
Accept
raising
the
your voice
apology.
isn't
Accept
gonna
the
make it
apology.
better.
Accept the
All right,
apology.
I accept the apology. Jesus.
Thank you. Moving on. The Nashville Network was a country music / Southern culture and lifestyle channel on cable television.
You're watching TNN.
Hi, this is Florence Henderson, and I'm here to tell you there's more music and more fun on TNN.
The network was run from its headquarters in a now closed theme park in Tennessee called Opryland, USA.
Welcome to Opryland, USA, where the beautiful Tennessee woods are alive with music and fun.
Doing that ride in
I
a
still
full
don't
suit is
understand what this
bold.
has to do with the Game Awards.
Tony, I'm getting to it. Remember, sweetheart, we talked about patience.
What?
We're going to be patient now.
What are you talking about? We didn't talk about anything.
Remember, bud? Do you remember we talked about patience,
Stop
Tony?
this.
We talked about being
Stop the way you're
patient.
talking. I don't like it. It's pissing me off. One
God of
fun
War's
fact about
2018
Opryland,
win was
USA is
stolen.
that after closing, it was demolished and
I
a
wish
mall
it
was
won too,
constructed
but
on the land where the
Red
park
Dead
stood.
deserved it
That
as well.
mall is Opry Mills, the location of one of the remaining rainforest cafes that I visited this summer when I went to every single rainforest cafe in North America. I had a turkey club there, and it was fine.
Years into the operation of the Nashville Network, they began to pull back on their southern roots, embracing more programming that featured professional wrestling after the success of
No,
Roller
God of War
Jam,
1, Red
a
Dead
roller derby
2
show
got
that
robbed.
incorporated aspects of professional wrestling.
Oh, well, either way, I don't care.
D'Amato insists he'll
Both
bring
of them
his
deserved
wrath
it.
to face the heart and soul of Roller Jam, Sean Atkinson. Last season, an epic battle of good versus evil crowned a true champion. But the Ack Attack isn't finished.
Mark D'Amato, the Ack Attack missiles locked and loaded. Get ready because I'm about to blow up.
Then, in September of 2000, Viacom gave control of the channel to MTV's division in New York. They then rebranded the channel as the National Network, completely changing its branding and programming.
In just a few years, TNN went from being a country music channel to featuring pro wrestling, reruns of sitcoms, and movie nights. Remember the pro wrestling thing because it will come up later.
They even began to advertise the channel as the new TNN.
The National Network.
What an insane change.
And from 2000 to 2003, the channel continued to mold its identity into whatever worked. They began to notice that they were collecting eyes of primarily young men, so they were adding shows like Baywatch, Robot Wars Extreme Warriors, and shows with monster trucks.
Yeah.
You know, guy stuff.
Dude stuff, man.
Hell yeah.
Dudes, show me a truck with big wheels and a girl in a bikini.
God, monster trucks were a big deal back in the day. I didn't watch monster trucks, but I had monster truck toys. I'm sure I vaguely remember a monster truck t-shirt. You don't really see those these days anymore. God, what a throwback. Do monster truck shows still exist? God, I forgot those existed for a while. It seems very unsafe. It's like entering a race for the sole purpose of crashing. It's like the Indy 500, but if everyone just went out of their way to hit each other in the walls.
Bikini, that's all I need to see.
Bigger wheels than that.
Those wheels ain't big enough.
This new method was more successful than the mixed bag of content that they seem to be throwing at the wall in their programming block.
Is that a real commercial? With Picard?
New TNN. The new TNN.
Ah. Yeah, this is very dude channel.
America's fastest growing TV network.
You can really see the direction it's going.
So after just 3 years, they settled on yet another rebrand of the channel, Spike TV.
Spike TV, the first network.
That's a plot twist I was not expecting. I remember Spike TV. That was like the channel you went to if you wanted some edgy content. Like, there was a show on there that I used to watch when I was like 5 or 6 called 1,000 Ways to Die. And it would literally just go through different ways people have died. I don't really like I probably would never milk a cow ever in my life because I distinctly remember in that show they showed someone dying because they tried to milk a cow and they got kicked in the face.
For men, but the first network for men.
First network for men. Viacom aimed to target young adult males aged 18 to 34, a demographic they believe were
Oh, well, I was 5.
insufficiently by other cable networks. God, I'm a man in my 20s in the mid-2000s, and I feel like no one on TV is speaking to me. Anyways, let me just watch this commercial that's on TV.
I am man, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore, and I'm way too hungry to settle for chick food. Oh yes, I'm a guy.
Nothing says man like Burger King.
The cheesy bacon XXL. Eat like a man, man.
This wasn't the new TNN, a channel with monster trucks and boobs and wrestlers. This was Spike TV, a TV channel for men with boobs and wrestlers and monster trucks. And an animated show starring Pamela Anderson called Stripperella, created by Stan Lee.
And as you can see, it doesn't have very ugly people in it. And it's the type of thing that guys are going to love to look at. Women are going to enjoy the humor.
And this is where it'll all kind of
Oh yeah, women will enjoy the humor.
TV rebrand.
They love that.
Produced the first televised video game award show in history.
Oh, okay. Now
I cannot get my girlfriend to shut up about how much she loves
talking to me like that.
Pamela Anderson jokes.
Awards kicked off back in 2003, hosted by legendary games industry veteran.
I remember her. Oh, please. Pamela Anderson fell off way before you were born.
Look at them all. Raiderettes, stand down. Thank you, girls. Thank you for coming. Give them a round of applause, the Raiderettes. Nice. Little 30 on 1. You know, interesting fact about the Raiderettes. A third of them are dudes. Didn't know that. Found out last night at 1 a.m. the hard way.
Okay, well, that was pretty gross, right?
Yeah, this is the Video Game Awards, right? Why was there a team of cheerleaders introducing David Spade?
Well, he's hosting, so he must at least like games, right?
You know, when they called me to host, I said, go yourself. How about that? No, I'm kidding.
Great pick for a host. Great pick.
$50, sure, I'm there.
Cool. Cool.
Very cool.
But you know, it's 2003. We saw the release of
You know he
first
means
Call of
that,
Duty.
too.
Star Wars The Old Republic came out that year, which is exciting if you're old.
Actually, Knights of the Old Republic is a fantastic RPG that really builds out the Star Wars universe.
I've never played it. I really want to, though. Multiple times I've thought about picking it up.
Mario Kart Double Dash, Tony Hawk Underground, and Simpsons Hit and Run.
There's just so many.
Interestingly enough, I have played Tony Hawk's Underground.
So here we are in Vegas. You guys been to any strip clubs, huh?
Is he winging this?
All right, maybe we skip.
Yeah, why don't we move it forward a little bit?
I was getting a dance last night. The girl goes, "My kid loves Joe Dirt."
Still on the strip club material, huh?
And no one likes Joe Dirt.
Maybe fast forward a little more.
Oh wow, he's still going.
Anymore.
Jesus
Come on.
Christ.
Like how many?
He's just using this as another
strip club?
stage for a
Also,
comedy
real
routine.
Original David Spade. You're in
He's
Vegas,
testing
and
material
the
up
first
there.
Bit that you could come up with is joking about strip clubs. What's next? Your slot machine material? Oh my god.
This guy knows what I'm talking about.
Hey, Vegas slot machines. This guy knows what I'm talking about. So the way the 2003 Video Game Awards worked was very different from the Game Awards we know today. The current Game Awards are pretty straightforward. The show has a healthy mix of handing out awards with acceptance speeches, announcing new video game titles or showing new trailers for already announced ones, music performances that are related in some way to gaming or one of the nominees.
2003 was structured less
Yeah,
like
say
a
what you will about the
celebration
Game
of
Awards,
year of
it's actually
gaming
pretty
and
well
more like
put
the
together.
2000s MTV Movie or Music Awards. These shows were meant to feel like a party on TV that you couldn't miss.
If you don't watch Spike TV's Video Game Awards, you'll miss.
Are you ready for action? You guys want to see our wieners?
Now, we were a little too young for this at the time, so if you are our age, this probably feels a little familiar to the Kids' Choice Awards that Nickelodeon would throw.
Except instead of getting slimed on TV, you were sliming your pants at home.
Hey!
Come on.
No! Out, Tony.
Sorry.
Take a walk.
All right. I'll see you guys in 2004.
Go.
Hey, man, I just want to say sorry about the slime.
Take a walk.
All right, bye.
It's clear by looking at David Spade do stand-up in front of dancing girls that the awards were more of an excuse to have a night in Vegas rather than a legitimate reason to celebrate the industry of video games. There aren't even acceptance speeches in this show. When a game wins an award for any category, developers just get a spotlight shined on their table while cheerleaders dance around them and throw money at them. And
Yeah, and this
you'd
is how a
expect
lot
them
of
to
shows
end the
were
show
back
with
then.
Game of the Year, but at the Video Game Awards,
They were just kind of
2003,
presented as
they
a big
announced
party.
Game of the Year before David Spade even walked out on stage to open the show.
The winner for the Game of the Year, Madden 2004 EA Sports.
And then after giving out some awards, they just
Yeah, they
gave
don't
up on
even
the
care
award
about the
show
games. It's not
entirely
about the
and showed
games.
Two women wrestling and stripping each other's clothes off while fighting. But hey,
Oh.
maybe 2004 will be better?
It won't.
Hey, you're back?
Hey, how's it going? So 2004, Spike TV has now had a year to work on the show.
And maybe
Interestingly enough, Snoop Dogg was at this year's Game Awards.
the this year they'll focus less on drooling over models or cheerleaders and actually focus on gaming as an art form.
It's almost overproduced.
Hello, Victoria's Secret Angels. You overdressed tonight.
Okay, so it's very clear that yet again,
They're just
Spike
like
TV
doing
used
too
the
much.
Video Game Awards mainly to show off women's bodies and only occasionally to talk about video games.
Wait, actually, Tony, apparently
Makes
there's
you
a section
appreciate
where
how
they aired cheat codes for games
simple
people
the
were
Game
playing.
Awards
That's
actually is
kinda
these
cool,
are
right?
these
Especially
days.
in that era, cheat codes were pretty popular. You know, we used to buy the books at the Scholastic Book Fair. I bet this part will be good.
And now, hot girls read cheat codes.
Oh.
I need to know what writer came up with that bit.
Bodies thing, yeah.
We were just talking about it. That's so weird.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, we just mentioned how we thought they weren't going to do that, and then they did.
Also, for their Mountain Dew sponsorship, they showed this graphic.
You know, I don't mean to nitpick here, but this was like 3 years after 9/11, and nobody thought this would look a little weird.
It's a little close to the building.
Yeah, Tony, that's what we meant when we wrote it.
The following year, the Game Awards 2005 was funded by sponsors like Mountain Dew again, also by Burger King.
Eat like a man, man.
AOL, the U.S. military?
United States Air Force. We can't
Interesting.
be in Los Angeles with y'all tonight, but we just wanted to help recognize some of the winners awarded in categories earlier this evening, including our favorite, Best Military Game.
Best military game.
Hoorah.
And an energy drink called Zions. It was also the first year that Samuel L. Jackson began his multi-year reign as the host of the Game Awards.
It is so great to be here tonight celebrating video games. That's right, video games.
Is he wearing two different shoes? No, it was just the lighting. I thought he was wearing two different shoes.
Society has its own damn award show.
And 2005 is probably the first time it starts to feel like a genuine award show.
However, it is still a Spike TV award show and has a ton of cringe and gross exploitative moments, like when Carmen Electra is presenting an award and they do a full body pan from her feet to her head before she starts talking.
Like, what is that? But there were cool moments like Tony Hawk.
Gaming in the 2000s was crazy. It makes sense why they did this. Women in gaming were just for men to look at. It's much better now. Yeah, there's a good mix. Well, in general, gaming is still like somewhat geared towards men, just because it tends to appeal to men more often. But it's not like everything is created specifically for the male gaze anymore. Like everything, like there's still awful games, but there's still like games are created for the most part to be good. Now, there's agenda pushing and whatnot. That's a whole spiel we can get into another day. But I mean, as far as like female representation in gaming, like it's gotten a lot better. I'm thinking of games like Duke Nukem. God. Yeah, the 2000s was crazy, you're right. But yeah, it has gotten better. It's interesting to look back and see how disproportionately it was catered to men.
Winning for American Wasteland, and a new to the industry Charlize Theron winning an award for her performance in
Ion.
Is that even a game?
Charlize Theron in Eon Flux.
Eon Flux.
I've never heard of this game ever.
That's what we were saying. Yeah, that's what I thought.
We got it right.
All right, it's 2006. It's basically modern day now. Sure, the early video game awards presented women.
Surely
as
there were
outcasts
other
and
games with
gamers
good
as smelly,
performances.
basement-dwelling nerds that don't care about gaming as an art. They just care about
Like-
digital, low-polygon boobs. You know,
Any Halo
I'm
game with
excited. You know,
Cortana?
the show has been moving in the right direction, and finally we're ready to get.
And I'll tell you what I really like to see, an end to unfair video game stereotypes. It's time to shatter some of those. Oh, who's with me? I am.
I'm a hardcore gamer, and yeah, I wear these glasses, and I play Final Fantasy, but I also get hot chicks.
I'm gonna have sex with this guy tonight.
All right.
We dress up like video game characters, and that isn't creepy at all.
Yes, I have a well-balanced social life and volunteer as a big brother. Cosplay rules!
I'm gonna have sex with these guys tonight.
My colleagues and I from the Spike Institute have done plenty of research to help understand video game abuse.
It's not even funny.
As you can see from the diagram, we have isolated the awesome lobe. It's the part of the male brain that possesses awesome things like explosions and Afro samurai fights. As you can see here, the girlfriend...
You know, there's still moments today that make me just think about how dumb people are today. But like, seeing Samuel L. Jackson on stage telling me about the awesome lobe in the brain, even if it is a bit, it's like, oh God. It's a whole different level of dumb back then. We're getting into stupid territory.
Brain does not have this lobe. Instead, we find something called the boredom oblongata, which, as you can see, works together with the complainabellum, the nagmadilla, and the I'm a bitch and I hate you to destroy male fun.
So, yeah, that wasn't great.
That wasn't good. No, but I get it. I get you. I see where you're going. You're starting low and you're gonna climb out. You know, because Eddie, sometimes you gotta hit rock bottom to know which way's up.
What? Did you just come up with that on the spot? Now, I'm sure some young, ignorant guys.
I like the little bits where they go off script in this video.
This shit's funny. What's the problem?
But these also happen to be the dudes who tell themselves that girls don't play video games, and obviously they do. But you think they don't because no
girls
woman
play
who
video
plays
games? What?
Wants to be around you when you treat them like this.
It's always so weird to see these guys because you know if you truly ask them in a safe, private space, they would love to have a girlfriend that shares the interest of video games with them.
Why did Sam agree to do this? Money?
If you managed to hook up with a woman that's cool with video games, do what I did. Marry her.
But the second a woman speaks in their Overwatch lobby, they want to impress the boys and just like attack them for no reason.
They desperately want a girlfriend who plays games, but at the same time, I feel like the same group actively rejects any woman they come across in a game.
Jeez, these women won't come near me. There's something wrong with them. Like, it's you!
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's you.
It's you.
Just be chill and nice. Don't.
I do feel like gamer girls get simped for hard these days. I mean, I don't really keep up with gamer girl culture. But, and obviously, like, there's still a lot of rejection and hate, but I feel like there's also a lot more simping for them as well. That's just what I've seen.
Listen to these guys on the internet who say you need a fucking expensive car or you need to start grinding. Just be silly and fun and nice. Let me ask you this. If you were a gamer and a woman in the mid-2000s, would you feel welcome in this gaming industry when shit like this is front and center on TV?
The nagmadilla and the I'm a bitch and I hate you.
That's so gross.
Would you want to join this?
It's weird that that wasn't that long ago.
Before, but the first video game awards in 2003 start with a written bit where they drive an RC car with a camera into one of the host's dressing rooms to catch her changing.
Jenna doesn't want a camera in her dressing room.
That's a shame. Well, women sometimes need privacy, Ken.
Yeah, so maybe we'll use a hidden camera.
Good idea.
Yeah, let's pick one.
All right.
Dog cam, gay guy cam, monkey cam, ass cam, Radio Shack X-Mod car cam. I like that one.
Right you are, Ken.
Let's
Furby
go.
humor as a whole is so weird to look back on.
Kenny, slow down.
It's weird how prominent it
I
was.
just got my learner's permit.
Easy, Ken, easy, easy. Stop.
It's really cute.
Here we are.
I think.
Kill the engine.
I don't know.
I feel like we should go sexier.
Yeah, I don't know about this. Yeah, you should go sexier.
And on top of that, Spike TV didn't even praise gamers who were men that were watching. They made fun of them and called them losers.
And to be honest, if this award show resonates with you, then they're right. The video game awards of the mid-2000s didn't represent gaming today as much as it didn't represent gaming back then. It's a hobby and an art form that anyone can be into. And if you think it's for someone specifically, you're dumb. You're a dumb person. That's it. It's that simple.
Oh,
True.
Thank God. It's 2007. It's a huge year for games. No more girls in underwear. No more WWE. No more actors who
God,
don't
I feel the
even
plot
wanna be
twist
there.
coming up.
This is the year where we had major game releases like Halo 3, Modern Warfare, Super Mario Galaxy,
God.
God of War 2, BioShock,
Oh my
Assassin's
God.
Creed, Rock Band, Half-Life Episode 2,
Oh
Skate,
my God.
Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga,
Oh my
Guitar
God. It
Hero
keeps
3,
going.
Team Fortress 2, Uncharted, fucking Peggle, Tony? Peggle released in 2007?
The lineup is
Yes, I
insane.
remember Peggle.
The point is, this was
When has there ever been another year with a lineup like that? I mean, there's been other years with good games. But that was a crazy list to go through. Maybe... God, maybe 2018? God of War, Red Dead 2, 2007 and 2008 were insane for games. Yeah, that was a crazy lineup. God, I'm trying to think of what else came out in 2018 because I'm sure there were other good titles, but like, it's hard to come up with another year like with that crazy of a lineup. That's insane.
was a big one. So could we just take the time to actually celebrate the games that
It's
came
weird
out
to
this
hear
year?
10 good games listed in a row.
No, no, no,
Oh.
no, 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 no.
And the winner is all of us. This is what Spike calls a great read.
Spider-Man 2018. Yes.
Is fundamental.
Yep, that's right. Every winner is presented as body paint on a near naked woman. Also, it's clear that the sole purpose of these awards is to show off their bodies.
Yeah, body paint is just an excuse to do porn where in spaces where you can't do porn. That's pretty much what it's synonymous with these days. And it's so weird because it's like, we know what you're doing. It's just no one's really saying it.
Because it spoils the reveal before they even say it.
Huh, I wonder who's about to win this award. If only there was some way to guess before. The Simpsons? Whoa! Homie, right? All right.
No.
We're so conflicted with this year because this is a shift in the video game awards. At this point, the show does feel a little bit more legitimate. It's more similar to the game awards we know today. You have a band playing video game soundtracks, the logos and production feel cleaner and more related to video games, and the show
Far
is
Cry
packed
5
with
was
world premieres
2018.
for future titles. Even the sponsors
Yeah, I guess
are
Far
more
Cry 5 was
respectable.
fine.
There is no more science.
This also happens to be the first year that Jeff Keighley, creator of the Game Awards, takes on the role of executive
Jeff
producer
Keighley.
of the Video Game Awards. Now, we don't want to assume too much or give Jeff Keighley too much credit here. We have no idea what happened behind the scenes. But when you watch the 2007 Video Game Awards, it appears there is some kind of internal battle with the production of this show.
It still holds on to some of its gross Spike TV identity.
And the winner is my boner. No, them.
While also becoming a better celebration of that year in gaming. But it's dragged down by the Spike TV bits because keep in mind, this is a channel that also aired this show that same year.
How can a guy get drunk faster? Who has the world's biggest boobs? What's stronger, a samurai sword or a bullet? You have questions, Spike has Manswers. Manswers, the show that answers the most important questions for guys. Series premieres Wednesday at midnight, only on Spike.
Skipping forward to 2010, there is a clear departure from the old identity of the show. The crowd is smaller, it's less like an MTV party and more like E3 or the current Game Awards.
Huh, Neil Patrick Harris hosted.
Oh, I didn't know he played games.
Well, according to Paul Tassi from Forbes when he covered the event, the press was told, quote, to not ask Neil about gaming, just about hosting. So I'm gonna make an assumption that he doesn't play games, but let's give him a shot. How does he open the show? No comment.
No.
Welcome
That's bold.
to the 2010
It's a very
Video
bold
Game
open.
Awards.
But this show was pretty good. Instead of David Spade joking about strippers and how much he doesn't care about games, they had a choir come out to announce Skyrim. They had these cool CGI sets, like one for Black Ops, where Neil talked about how big of a hit it was that year. And they announced games like Mass Effect 3. You know, an actual show that gamers would want to watch. So a gamer who's, you know, maybe a father of two in a family doesn't have to be talked down to like, hey, loser, don't you wish you could touch boobs? You never will.
Unfortunately for Spike, while they did grow their target audience of 18 to 34-year-old men, they saw an overall decline in their viewership, dropping from 647,000 viewers in 2009 to 627,000 viewers in 2010, which isn't a huge drop, but it's definitely not the right direction they wanted to go.
And by 2013, TV had already begun its sharp decline in ratings due to the internet, especially in markets that
Yeah, I
already
feel like
had
it can be
thriving
more
communities
attributed to
online,
that than
like
it being a
big
bad
events
show.
Like E3 had moved from cable TV to YouTube live streams. So the Video Game Awards, like every award show on TV to this day, were declining in viewers every year. And for the 10th anniversary of the award show in 2013, they announced VGX.
Here we go.
A version of the show with an axed budget, hosted by Joel McHale and Jeff Keighley.
And VGX was a major change to the way the show worked. Instead of an event on stage with a live audience and performances, the show is a live stream with a few people on a soundstage.
We're joined right now by Hello Games.
That's so sad.
Sean Murray. Sean Murray, ladies and gentlemen.
And instead of massive screens and lights, the set was designed to look like a living room / garage / steampunk factory.
Huh. And if you're wondering why the VGX was such a downgrade in quality and budget from the older shows, it's not surprising if you look at the show's ratings.
While shows like the MTV Movie Awards were averaging around 5
I bet
million
it
viewers,
cuts in
the
half.
Game Awards at its peak was struggling to stay above 1
Is that Tom
million and
Cruise?
declining every year.
Let's see here.
It's
Oh, wait.
clear that Spike
Hold on.
TV no longer saw the value in hosting the show.
So, hosting award shows was already a losing game for everybody, but they happen to be one of the least viewed award shows of all of them. And this is where we can add our lived experience, because we'd been watching the VGAs for about 3 years at this point. When VGX aired, we were juniors in high school, and we watched it live. Most people who liked gaming that we knew were not watching. And it's not because Spike had slowly removed boobs from the programming, but because every year Spike would try to mix in that MTV bullshit.
Is that Joe Rogan?
They just wanted to see the games. Like in 2009, when the cast of Jersey Shore came out to present an award.
Yo, this is so awesome. What's up, Video Game Awards?
I can't believe we're here with the Iron Man Mike Tyson. What's up, Mike?
Hey guys, who are you?
Yo, Mike.
This is a strange image. Mike Tyson and the Jersey Shore house on stage talking about video games. Mike Tyson at least makes a little bit of sense. He was in Punch-Out.
Allow me to introduce you to the situation real quick. Nice to meet you. How about me in crack ribs and concussion?
Good comeback, Mike.
The effect these changes had on the show were pretty dramatic. It seemed disorganized, had technical issues, and a lot of awkward silences, which was made worse with Joel McHale actively making fun of the show throughout.
At those Angie Pants says, I thought I didn't really have anything going on today that I'm emotionally invested in. Then I remembered today is VGX. It's not really.
Are we delivering on
Are we delivering,
emotion,
Angie?
Joel?
I hope so.
People live for this, Joel McHale.
I know. You don't get entire tables made of pounded together sheet metal anywhere. And you don't get a cameraman who's slightly drunk and
Yeah, I feel like once you start
3 hours
being self-deprecating,
We get no breaks either, Joel.
You don't
We're
get
just
the-
going all
Jeff
the way
is,
through.
for every hour, Jeff is putting on 2 more.
like a
layers.
self-deprecating joke here and there is like is fine, but once you start like
having no audience
being self-deprecating the entire time, it's painful to watch that.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone. I'm the one clapping. One clap. Thank you, guys. All right.
Welcome to the future of award shows.
Like, there's a difference between being self-aware and just completely self-deprecating.
Music award shows, but skewed even more toward young men. It was a gross representation of the gaming community and sometimes even society as a whole. And a frequent request from the real gaming community at the time was to respect video games as an art form and not to waste their time.
And after the train wreck of VGX, Spike decided to stop doing the video game awards altogether.
Most likely tying the show's ratings failure to the change in the show's programming from sex to video games. But Jeff Keighley didn't think so. And unlike
Hell yeah, Jeff Keighley.
he's the perfect person to head a new show.
But Eddie, who's Jeff Keighley?
Well, Jeff Keighley is sort of like the Pizza Planet truck of the video game industry. If you look hard enough, he's probably placed somewhere in every gaming event. He actually had a gaming news show on Spike for years.
Because
and appeared
the
in several of the later VGAs.
that truck is placed
Jeff Keighley has appeared as a
very
pretty
subtly in
positive force in
a lot of
gaming.
Pixar
It's kind of
movies.
without question that unlike Spike TV executives, Jeff has a true passion and respect for the gaming industry.
Jeff actually did
What?
an interview about
You get a show creator who actually cares about video games and they put together a good show about video games? What?
his role in the VGAs, and he had this to say. You look at it now, even me, and you sort of cover your eyes. You're like, wow, was that what was done on television? But that was the cultural era. When I reflect back, I often think about that. I'm like, well, was that worthwhile? I thought trying to change the way that the show was done within the system, the confines of what it was an interesting challenge. I don't think we got all the way there, but I do think it got better over the years.
So with Jeff's feelings on the VGAs and the VGXs ending that award show altogether, in 2014, the year following VGX, Jeff created the Game Awards, which is essentially the VGAs done correctly. It's a show about celebrating the industry, its workers, and the games that are coming in the future.
Is it perfect? No. But come on, what live show ever is? They're always full of uncomfortable jokes and awkward silences.
I actually made a video about that very thing on my channel last year.
Okay, stop plugging your channel, okay? You already did it once. And
Sorry, it's just I had a video on the topic.
Yeah, but you did the rainforest one earlier, and now you're doing it again. Just
You're
kinda,
right, you're right,
it's
you're right,
fine.
you're right. I'm
Just
sorry, I'm
stop.
sorry, I'm
Okay,
sorry, I'm
all
sorry,
right,
I'm sorry,
all
I'm
right.
sorry. And unlike the VGAs, the show is broadcasted entirely online, which has been such an essential part of its success.
Because while many shows like the Oscars or the Golden Globes are all on record decline with the death of cable, year over year the Game Awards has topped.
Holy shit, look at that. Oh my god. I don't know, when you hit 2023 and 2024, it get like the bars get even higher. Like people have had like I saw Moist Critical and other streamers, like they've had some of their biggest streams just doing a watch party of the Game Awards. That's crazy. This is a really cool visualization of that.
Its viewership.
Of the
A
growth.
show that started with 1.9 million viewers is now
Bar graphs
grown
are
to
awesome.
103 million viewers in 2022.
And for the last couple of years, the show has actually been...
Hold on. $154 million this year. That's crazy. And is that like just... I don't really want to go into the article. It's just going to blast me with ads probably. But I wonder if that includes like all the streamers who are watching it with their audiences as well, or if it's like just who purely tuned into the Game Awards. I'd like to see that.
Screened in IMAX theaters.
Regardless,
nationwide.
those are crazy numbers.
Well, both of Jeff's parents are actually IMAX executives, so that probably didn't hurt.
And they say nepotism's dead.
I don't think anyone has ever said that, Tony. Where did you hear that?
People just talk. People say it.
Obviously, not everybody loves the Game Awards. They're always going to have criticisms. I mean, really, if you do any type of show in gaming, chat is just going to spam, show Zelda or show Spider-Man 2, no matter what you do. But I do just want to praise Jeff because this show is so much better for the industry as a whole and continues to get better compared to the shit we just talked about
it's not
for 20 minutes.
perfect by any means, but
the show has a genuine love for video games. Yeah, there's sometimes too
Yeah.
many ads, but they have to make money, so I don't really fault them for that.
Overall, obviously we don't know him personally, but we just wanted to give a shout out to Jeff Keighley. In 2014, he used his influence in the industry to push for a much more inclusive and legitimate space for this medium. So thank you, Jeff. You're our favorite
Thank you, Jeff.
Nepo baby.
I don't think he'd want you to call him that.
Today's video was sponsored by Casetify.
Casetify?
K-Stiffy. Maybe we call it K-Stiffy. Casetify is the
K-Stiffy.
world's most popular tech accessory brand, known for their
Interesting.
protective cases. Their
Very vibrant.
crystal clear case is optimized to prevent yellowing and has long.
I like the one on the far left.
UV defender.
Just pure transparent.
You can also customize and put your own name on it. They don't all say Eddie, unless you want them to. It's minimal.
I want my phone case to say
exceeding
Eddie.
Military grade drop test standards. Hoorah!
Okay, so they wanted me to test dropping my phone.
It's also got tactile.
It's pretty good.
buttons, and it's MagSafe compatible. I think I want to have sex with that phone case. I'm attracted to that phone case. So go to casetify.com/Burback today to get 15% off of your
15% is good. That's a good amount off.
15% off. I still want to have sex with that phone case. I don't know. Okay, that's all. Thank you, Casetify. Bye.
Very good video from the Burback brothers. Give that a like. That was great. That was a great 30 minutes. A lot of information that I did not know about the Game Awards, and I think I came out of the other end of this video with a new appreciation for that show. Yeah, that's awesome. They even said thanks, guys, in there.